So I see two metallized figures. They're like robotic figures. There's definitely humanoid form underneath, but they wear this metallic kind of armored suits, and they keep like holding you inside in a crystal container like a cube. I see you inside, and they carry you around. They're saying that they're collecting your energies throughout their lives thanks to this container, and this container is the one that gives them it's like access to other dimensions that you've been to. Because I see the key and the like a door hole that they can use as a key to enter other dimensions. When they pass the third and the fourth, where our physical and non-physical bodies exist. Because I see the other dimensions, they look more like it's like a giant spiral with the it looks like an old building with a spiral ladder, and each spiral is a dimension. Like if you're trying to rationalize it, how it looks, that's how it looks to me. And they basically taking you up the ladder inside the cube, and you said that you are tired, that sometimes you are pushed against your will to do something you don't want to do, or you feel like out of control. You're forced, you're basically like not in control of your own life. Since the age of 21 you felt this, because I see they abducted you at the age of 15, 17, 18 and a half, closer to 19, so like this. It goes like every 2 years, and they monitored you closely. So before that, they used to take a lot of your energy, and then they start abducting you, because there's something about your energy greed. There's some energy greed that you invented on another planet, that they want that knowledge. It's a mapping out of dimensions that you know how to map it out, because you know how two worlds are connected to different dimensions and what parameters have to be they have to be done accordingly to those parameters. Because I see like they took you from some planet, and I see some interesting kind of like light green flowers. Reminds me, I don't know how they're called, but there's like dark purple and light green flowers all over, and they go like in bushes and bushes. The whole planet looks like it got like bushes of flowers over, because I'm looking at it now, and I see you're like a humanoid form, like a human. You're a guy with kind of hair down to your shoulders. It feels like a male energy, a scientist or somebody who's studying and who is crisscrossing the plants, and also you measure out the energetic squares so you can create a map of the grid and how flowers contribute energy to the grid system. The same grid system exists on the platform we call Earth, except it's a fake platform, but it has to be supported by the formulas that also support organic platforms. But it's more like organic, not the platforms, but the organic plates of the planet, of other planets and other universes. And you lose It's US, Uranus 5 planet that you said you've had the most lives in there because you can consider. You said my physical part, conscious mind of that physical part avatar can consider me a soul coming from Uranus 5. If because the mind always tries to analyze and figure out where I come from. There's a lot of us there. And how do you come here? There's a groups of scientists. It's almost like you are telling me that you thought you were supposed to do something interesting and good on Earth, but it turned out that the original planet that everybody knew in this universe was taken over by the AI. The it was locked in inside the egg. Put the shell of the egg has electrical current going in, and that's why for a long time the other planets, the other galaxies in this universe didn't know about the takeover of the original Earth because it was shielded with the they created this kind of like blue glow and the white light, which some people see as rainbow when they zoom in, and that's why. But I see you. So there's like a big spaceship. Well, it's not like a giant. It's not like a mothership, but it has a flat, round bottom, and it has 8 people. Like there's it's like a platform. It's round, and there's 8 seats all around, and there's a crystal ball on a stick. It's like a holder right in the middle. I see some energy molecules on side, and they're multiple colors. They look almost like some sort of candies, but they're not. They're energy balls, molecules. And you're all sitting, all 8 scientists sitting and connecting to the ball. And the ball shows you like the all around. There's like 360 vision, and you pick together like where you want to go. You like talk telepathically. Okay, let's go check out this planet or that planet. Let's see what's going on. Because energy grids, they need to be adjusted in a lot of planets, and periodically they need to be checked on because the universe is a system, like much like the body, that all the organs have to work in sync, and you have to synchronize. You're a scientist who checks some parameters of each energy grid of each planet and synchronizes if it's gone wrong. And then I see it's almost like a cloud, and it's not a cloud, it's an energy blob that is opening. To me it looks like dark pink color, not attractive color. And it opens up and you are like going inside, because the direction of your spaceship, even though it's like a round transparent bubble with the bottom round floor, like I see it going fast, like you hit the currency belt that nobody's supposed to bypass, and you're sucked in. You're going through some dark kind of space. Then you're going through some mechanic space where all the satellites are. Then you go through some like space where all the spaceships and observation stuff is, with the moon satellite, the artificial moon station that we know as the moon. And I see the other planets, they're rotating because they're much like energy balls that are supposed to influence the ball inside. what is so they are basically all the planets are used to influence the Earth's rotation and energetic upload. That's what you said. I don't know what it is. Energetic upload and download. Um, and I see you landing. You said 5 lives turned into 500. There's an entity that came to you guys on the spaceship. It's a very tall being. Looks like it has like a bronze skin, like dark green eyes. Nose is non-existent. Mouth is just like a hole, flat. It has a suit. It has a clock, like a watch, like a round device. It overlaps. It's like overlaps, and there's 2 screens on each. What is this? It's an outer projector. You can auto project any image, and you can auto project an electric cage for any being that you don't want to deal with. You want to get rid of or put him in the portal. This suit is like transparent because I see almost like a second skin because I see the bronze of the. It doesn't have any genitals or anything. That being just like 50-50, I guess. But it feels very much like it's robotic, semi-robotic for sure. His programs, and he says that you enter this space that is owned by ZTs. ZTs. Some alien group. He says that we're the alien group. We own this part of the world, and you need to pay us, give us energy as payment for coming here as scientists. And he said, what kind of payment? And he gives you this glass thing, that iPad that is glass. He creates like a contract quickly. You don't understand anything, it's in a different language. He says, I'm gonna translate for you. This is the ZD's language. And he says, like, you're gonna live 5 lives here, and that's the only amount of lives I can give you to study life here, and then you should go, because this place belongs to us and other alien races. We form the Galactic Federation that controls the Earth, and we cannot let anybody in here unless they come to incarnate. And you basically silence your mind. You don't touch it, you don't do anything. I see like energy dot, and it spreads over, and it's like sewn in to the fabric of energy field of that agreement. It exists on their iPad type thing device. And then you start living your lives, and you were thinking it's no big deal. So you decided not to send SOS signal. I see the lives were traumatic because you were like pretty much like a scientist in each life, but they considered you a threat to your system because you knew too much in the development of the ideas in your head were growing too fast. And a lot of times they would throw you into prison. Like they did in Austria. I see you wearing black suit, black beret type thing. The red stripes on the side of the jacket. And it's like they keep taking you to different facilities, including psychiatric one in Budapest. That was in life number 8. At that point, you lost your belief that you're ever gonna get out of here, because the signals you were sending to your planet, they were not being responded, and you understood that the connection is broken. Because I see your planet, they're looking for you guys, for 8 of their scientists, and they cannot find them. Because there's something about the energy shield of the Earth. You like disappear like in the Bermuda Triangle when you get here. It's hard to find you a lot of times. Only your own energy, like your higher self, knows where you are, your upper soul, whatever you call it. So what you're doing now is you're taking taking off of your head this big helmet that you wear, the big clips on the hips and arms. Out of the arms you have like the ribbons attached. They're like glowing, kind of metallic color. You don't only have a helmet, you also have like some sort of like a ribbon on your eyes. You created it yourself. Helmet and the things on the hips were created by that alien from ZT alien, who made you sign a contract for life as a nurse. So you're taking off this because it's almost like you created it because you didn't want to be in this reality. You didn't want to see it. You didn't want to do all these lives because you lost your freedom in that. It's almost like you're forced to do lives that you have no desire to do. And so you got some like metallic balls from the heart, from the stomach, from the liver, from intestines. And I see you holding them in your hands. You also unclipping some little tiny half circle thingies, those implants too. There's 7, 8, 9 of them from your spinal cord. That's the way that we're controlling you. So you got the ribbon, the helmet, the 9 things on the spinal cord. Those are the balls that you're holding in your hand from all the organs. They were blocking your connection to your soul by that ball in the heart that you took out. So I'm showing you how to open a portal in your energy sphere and to put all the implants in the portal. That's what you do right now. You close the portal. You have to change the 5% of DNA that they put into your DNA strand. It's 29 strands, but they put like 5% of their own DNA into you. It's kind of like it distorts the energy field. That's what it does. It glows in a different color that you're supposed to glow, so therefore it's not your vibration. They distort your own personal vibration. Original one. Original one is just like white sparkle kind of color. You say that it's a scientist vibration. It's the exploration of the world and scientists. Okay. So you very nice strands. You cleansed the DNA. You took out just all the implants. I told you to freeze that alien ZT humanoid hybrid. You put him in some sort of like a glass tube. It's still in the energy sphere, force him out last. Put him in the portal. But before that, you're going to that moment when all of you with your mind sign that contract at the end of his iPad. And I see how all of you get together and you like connect mind to mind, all 8 of you. And you destroy that moment of that contract sign, and you get back into a situation when he offers you to sign it, but you say no, we are not doing it. And when you say no, we're not doing it, he disappears, and you by yourself enter the tunnel of that electromagnetic energy that Earth provides and emits all around it. So you, within that, you change all the lives on your way. I hear the word hybrids, 18 hybrids. I see they're all on this ZT planet where ZTs live. I think ZTs have like 80% of gray and some other kind of type of DNA from other planet. Reptilian, but it's a hybridization that makes them look different from reptilians because they have more like humanoid type form in them. That's why they look more human. So the contract is gone, the implants are gone, the DNA is transformed. Mental, emotional bodies, house, dreams, parents, childhood. It's like a big forest, a big space with a lot of trees. I see you in the energy body right now. I see how you are shattering the cube that they used to carry you around. And you also got to this timeline segment where they carry you in the cube. You get out, you smash it with your hammer that you created with your thought, and you push the guy in charge when you sign the contract with, and the other ones too. Because you're saying that they are unjust, they're not truthful, and therefore you like pro-truth fighter energy type thing, and exploration, design of the planets, create systems. You're cleansing the mental, emotional bodies right now. The pollution starts in the childhood situations, the same situations, had impact on your current life. So you just choose to Carefully, carefully. Goes through all the episodes. You pulled up all those, like you said, programs from mental emotional bodies, but I also see how you lined up all the 500 lives in your mind, and you said it's a wipe off of the residue of negative impacts on all of my energy bodies and me physically from those lives that were tough, and it never made me succeed, never helped me do so. Um, so your seer done was the cleansing. The hybrids you disconnected, and that's it. They don't have your energy. They're just turned off, like avatars fell down, and you basically say that you refuse your no. The situation with the hybrids. They tried to clone you, but you did something they couldn't do it. It just you would collect energy and you would shock them with your energy because there's a lot of it, and they would be afraid. They would not want to clone you because they tried to clone you, and I see the body. There's two bodies that they cloned you on Mars before, and they tried to split, like take part of your soul from here, from the physical energy, from the astral. I mean, that affects the physical, and you wouldn't let down. It's like they cannot cut, they cannot clip, they cannot shatter your soul. It's too tough for them, too hard for them to do so. So that's what I see. You had interesting lives of different creatures on other planets, but you mostly prefer other universes because this universe, it's like a black hole of all the malevolent beings that need to be cleansed out and transformed. You say the universe is going through transformation, we're going with it. And everybody should understand that and be kind to themselves firstly. First to yourself and to others. It goes hand in hand with what is happening about us. And your subconscious is saying that you just have to stay calm and observant and become the scientist of your own life. When this life is done, you'll just go and get a chance to go through all the layers of all the matrices and go back to your home, which is your own self, your own energy that exists in all as well. I see a white and light blue aura. You Suck. You showed me everything so quickly, but now I see the bucket with water. So I thought about water, and there's gold in it. There's like gold shells, almost like shells from nuts in it. They're floating above. And you're saying it's just the molecules of gold that's supposed to push out the molecules of the black hole from the planetary system, from all the planets. And you're helping with that when your physical body is asleep. But exactly what your subconscious is telling you she does this to help, and she knows that subconsciously what I tell her is that the conscious physical part questions things, but the questioning is good, and more interesting things are coming that everybody will be start trying to study. Things are going to be shaky, but not for those or for like you, for like me, for like me in my avatar right now that is sitting watching me, just my bodysuit. And it just shows me like bands of light. For some reason it's like pink and red that is surrounding our level right now. We are saying to dissipate the red and pink with green, which we're going to around this Christmas. They're gonna accumulate all the energy and like create an energy field that would protect us from more. Yeah, it's like a filter, like we're building a filter and you're building it too because you're a scientist. And the filter would filter the original sun waves that's supposed to go in and fill us up from the fake sun waves. Mm-hmm. You're just playing with energies. It's just showing me. You're stacking cubes. You're saying from now on all the negative emotions that they come to you, but they're not yours because you feel them around from other people. You're just putting in the cubes and then throwing them out in the portals. Is that the way, the best way to deal with? Is it? And here's a recommendation from yourself to yourself that they're trying to keep going with everything, but as you know, everything's changing and nothing is the way it used to be yesterday, and nothing tomorrow will be the way it is today. This is the main thing I wanted to tell you. Yeah. Because I see some lives like you were a scientist and they didn't like you, like the system would try to put you in different like cells, and it's kind of like a prison, but it's not a prison, it's like a secret facilities, you know, and it's like subconscious is showing glimpses of it, but it doesn't really want you to go into it because it doesn't matter anymore, because the twist of that spiral right now we're in is over. So when it's over, these things don't matter because the new reality flips over with the way the energies work is supposed to be the opposite from what it used to be. So what you think works doesn't work anymore. That's what your subconscious is showing me. And it's like such complicated things. It's almost like a tube of energy with the spirals, and I see like different. I don't see chakras in you. You must have removed them or something. Because The spinal cord had those, and the ribbon, you took it off because you placed it on yourself by yourself when you were a child, not to see the reality because you didn't. You would like to change your reality back then, but you couldn't. Therefore, it's like a psychosomatic almost, like you. Um, you can ask questions if you want.
I had very much difficulties to understand you at all. And when I understood some things, I didn't get it. I just, the whole thing, I don't get what is the information for me, or what were we doing? What were you doing? You were looking in
Ah,
my.
yeah. Well, see, the thing is, okay, I'll still connected to you anyway. Um, the thing is, like, souls who come to Earth's been hacked. So imagine we at a soul level, all the energy souls get together to create a beautiful planet Earth. It was a water planet, right? And then we're doing what we want to do, experimenting, exercising our will, our creative abilities here. And then the Jagos and reptilians come together with the other species, like ZTs, those that came up in your session, and they want to take over our creation because they don't have creative abilities. So what they do, they always like take over stuff, much like in a war, right? Some country attacks the other to take over territory, the same idea, but they take over the game, like they hack the game. And because they don't have creative abilities and energy for themselves, they use us at a soul level, right? Our energy that we produce, we're like a fountain of energy, we're constantly producing energy, right? Therefore, if you put our soul in any avatar, it's much like a computer game that kids play or adults play, that it would move the avatar, it would create the vital energy, right? And that's what they decided. They decided, okay, so because we were in energy bodies, so they take our energy bodies at that point, and they create the body, which is more like a capsule, like a computerized car, in which they squeeze the soul in, lock it in, right? And you can't get out. Like if I want my energy to get out of this body, I can't, right? Unless the body ceases to like leave, right? And unless it dies. And so they created this kind of, it's like an egg system. So the yolk of an egg inside is our original planet. On the outside is layers of artificial planets, which in hypnosis you see as beads of the necklace sometimes, because there's different projections of the planet Earth, and they create different game rules in there. In Avatar is slightly different. Um, and so basically they put implants into you to take your energy to control you in your life. Because sometimes, you want your life to go this way, but it goes the opposite way. It goes against your will or against your picture in your mind, how you want your life to be. Or, they usually program you by those contracts that you deleted. You deleted the way that they want your life to go, and now you can reconfigure it yourself the way you want it. You know. Um, so, and that's why some people feel like they don't live the life they're supposed to live, or they're trying to do something and it never happens. It's almost like something's preventing them from happening. And it's because of the implants, and they basically sit on their spaceships and control human beings through the implants they put in their energy bodies, because they split us. So they created the physical layer in which your physical body exists, an antenna, like a receptor of a cell on the artificial layer, and then the 4D, this is 3D we're talking about. In fourth dimension, 4D layer, they left your energy body there. So there's a split. soul basically from 4D sees the part of it, and they basically goes in and out all the time in the body, and sees that the body is not doing what the soul wants to do in this life. And that's why there's always a conflict inside when you don't like your life, you don't like the way it goes, or you can't find what your purpose is, what you're supposed to do. You know, it's because it's in a conflict, because the soul doesn't want to be controlled, and they control us through waves that they send from the moon, it's like a triangle that I see, Mars, Saturn, Moon, and they bombard us with the waves to make us only, it's like to make sure we're in the electromagnetic field with our eyes. Our eyes is like computer implants, right? They can only see the visible light objects, but beyond they cannot see. You cannot see the figure that I see behind you walk through the wall just now. It's a person, a man who just lost his body and just walking through walls. He's still like disoriented, doesn't understand he actually lost his body, you know. And
be a little bit with my words to get a clue. I still not really with you. I feel lots and lots and lots of time very low, depressive, anger, sadness, fear, and I feel very low. And when I study a lot spirituality, and it doesn't get in. I have all these teachers, but it doesn't settle and it doesn't get in.
Yeah, because you had the helmet on your head. It was preventing you from absorbing information. It was also controlling the hormone production.
So I'm also
that's why you were angry, you were sad, because they would block the dopamine production, serotonin production, all those hormones that's supposed to make you feel good.
So all this negativity is I still go back to over and over, even though I hate it, and it makes it worse because I hate it for doing it. And
right, it's on the repeat because it's a program that goes in, that controls you and puts you in a cycle. And the cycle is continued due to this helmet that you took off of your head, and due to that massive implant that you had. You threw it out now. It's not on your energy head anymore. Because we have a physical body that we physicalize, but we also have that energy body that comes out of the body, like they show, in the pictures a lot. When your body dies, or when your body's asleep and you come out of the body. So therefore, from now on, this condition of being sad and all this should not persist, but you also have to make an effort and change it in the physical conscious mind, and you have to work on.
I do this all the time, but it doesn't last.
Well, it did not last, but now since you took out the implants, it's gonna improve.
My suicidal thoughts, which really are on me all the time, what about them?
Well, those were, see what they do. They put a software disk, let's say, in the implant that was on your head, and they make it spin, and almost like subliminal message, you don't hear it, but it's always there. Do this to yourself, do this to yourself. And because you are always low, they love this energy. That energy feeds them. They eat it.
But how can I get rid of that? Because I have...
Well, you just got rid of it in the session. The reason for the session is for you to get rid of implants that make you think that way, that create, that block the flow of your energy, block the production of hormones that are supposed to make you feel good and positive and all this,
Just a couple of days, I realized I was getting high again, and I suddenly recognized myself, and I said, this is me, but it's only 1% of my life. And I had then the feeling I can move mountains and I can do anything, but it goes so fast again, and then the only thing I want is going home. I want to go home, and home for me means suicidal, like going to sea and finish.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Because like you feel betrayed because you signed up with them for 5 lives only, and your soul told me 5 lives turned into 500 lives. So you are incredibly bored, incredibly frustrated, and that's why suicidal thoughts. Because you definitely don't want to be here. You want to be a scientist on other planets when you're free to create what you want, and here you're stuck in the program that they created a life program for you, and you're just like set on the rails and just going full speed against your will, doing something you don't want, experiencing something you don't like. And that's what these entities who control this planet, right, want. They all want us. They created the world of suffering, basically. It's either you suffer physically or mentally or energetically, psychologically. Either way, everybody is having problems and everybody is suffering. And all this war created on purpose and all this stuff, for people to suffer and produce the energy of suffering to feed the low vibrational beings, because low vibrational beings can only eat low vibrational energies. It's kind of like people who have, when I see DNA of reptilian embedded into some other person, like I know that the person eats a lot of meat, for instance, right? Because it's low energy dictates you to eat heavy food. The higher you go, and some kids like mine, are just like my daughters, are born with very high energy. They're star seeds. They never tasted meat. They always knew they were dead animals. You know what I mean? And they never wanted to try it, even though everybody around them in my husband's family was eating it. So, and offering to them, but they're just like, no. And so that's the thing. So you got treated in the session, your subconscious. What I did, I connected to your soul, your subconscious, and I worked together. I gave my information how to get rid of all the implants that control your mood, that control your mental body, your thoughts, your emotional body, your emotions. Cleanse it all, like, you basically, it's not me who's doing it. I'm just standing there watching and giving information, and information is like, it's fast. It's like you stand by an energy body, and it's like immediate exchange of information, and you're doing it. You're cleansing your energy bodies to make your physical body feel better. But remember, you have to also start analyzing everything, because these programs, what they do with this programming, they program you the way that it goes on autopilot. If you're used to waking up with the bad mood and bad thoughts, you have to start counteracting it and telling yourself, I get rid of implants. Nobody controls me anymore. My mind is just a computerized thing that goes on a spiral over and over, the same thing over and over again. So, but I decided consciously now that I want to change this program. From now on, I wake up in a good mood. I think about going to nature or something that makes you feel good. Like usually, going outside is the best because it's high vibration of nature, just being around the trees or whatever you are, where there's nature. You go, you feel better right away. That's why even scientists say, all the studies, people who live by the sea, by the ocean, in the woods, they usually live more, or they're more positive their lives, and therefore they live longer. It's because the high vibrational frequency of nature.
But will things change now? Will I have more energy? Will I be more?
Yeah, those implants were taking energy from you. They were siphoning energy from you to those Zetas, the alien group, and they were feeding off of you.
But it will be off forever now. They won't come back.
Then they're gonna try to come back, especially at night when you're asleep, because of course they didn't like the fact that you were about to get rid of them. They knew what was going to happen, right? And that's probably why I had problems with computer and all this stuff, because they always try to block you and to put obstacles on your way so you don't do the session, you don't get rid of them. But now that you get rid of them, just tell yourself that I refuse, I reject anybody controlling me. I reject and refuse any contracts, any beings in my energy sphere. My energy sphere is my own home, my own house. That's where I live. And I don't let anybody in my home. That's it. So that's what usually helps. And because when you're consciously aware that they might try to get back in, but there's no way you're gonna let them. And in the morning when you wake up, just think about it for a second. Whatever happened at night when my body was asleep, I cancel it out. I cancel it. I annul it. I refuse to, I just cancel it. That's it.
But if I cancel, that could have happened something nice in the night when I cancel.
No. It's usually at night when they try to attack you, because the conscious mind is analytical mind in your physical brain, right? It's like it thinks, okay, that they must be trying to attack me. If this woman or this man outside are being mean to me, there must be entities in them who want to connect to me through them. So with that help of analytical mind, you're like, stop, I refuse. I don't give you my emotional response because I know you're going to eat my energy. You know what I mean? But at night when your mind is asleep with your body, you're not as strong. Therefore, when you wake up, you kind of say, oh, I'm a creator being. I create my own life, my own reality. I can create worlds, planets, I can create anything I want, and I can cancel anything I don't want. So I cancel whatever negative happened during my sleep. Because a lot of times they try to trick you, they put up traps for you, and or they show you your grandma or somebody that you loved, for instance, right, or your relative in your dream, and the traveler says, come with me, I'll show you something else, the other worlds, and you're like, yeah, I'll go, it's fun. But that grandma is actually, when you touch it and read the DNA of that person, there would be a gray, a reptilian, an insectoid, because they have this technology that they can put this 3D image of anybody they want to be. And how they scan your brain, they scan you, and they know what your preferences in life, what you believe in. They know if you believe in God, if you believe in universe, in whatever you believe, they would show to you. You understand? So you will get excited and trust that particular.
So I heard you that I signed up for 5 lives and I'm in 5,000 now.
No, 500. Your
Is
subconscious clearly said 5 lives turned into 500.
500. So is there a possibility now that I start striving if I'm anywhere
Oh,
here?
that you're done. Everybody who woke up and understood what's going on here, how the souls are used by malevolent alien groups, they're gonna be gone. Now you're free, and you know that you want to be free. And the minute you understand that you want to be free, that's expression of your free will. That's it. After this life, you're gone. And of course, you know not to go to any white lights, any tunnels, any, come here, we'll help you. nobody's gonna help you. It's all deception, it's all trickery, you know, it's all lies and deception. Even there it's lies and deception because it's the same matrix. Down here is physical matrix. In the 4D where our energy bodies exist, it's a non-physical matrix, it's energy matrix.
So I will finish this lifetime and not come back then.
Yeah, you're just going back
how long
where you came from.
You can't tell me how long I will be in this lifetime.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I can look, but I don't feel good when I tell people. I've done it a couple of times, but no, it's not good. Not, well, not for them, but for their relatives, and it actually came true. So, but sometimes people afterwards, they feel like, oh, you programmed it, but I don't. I just see, but, you know, basically, there is an energy charge in you, the vital charge. But the vital charge can be prolonged, and if you do your soul's mission, if you wake up. So waking up, it's kind of like a soul's mission, because when you wake up, you contribute the energy of other people waking up and spreading the information, and it happens like a domino effect. The more people wake up, the more people they make wake up, you know.
Who could guarantee me that no problem, but otherwise, when I look back, if I would have been dead 5 days ago, 50 days ago, 500 days, it wouldn't have mattered because I was just dragging me through life. And the days were not worth a cent because I was just surviving. And I had very little joy and fun in even.
Yeah, everybody's just surviving in a way, but we have to start consciously changing the program of just surviving into living and excitingly waiting for what is coming, and just seeing it like, oh, it's just a movie theater. Oh, they're doing this. Okay, from a third person perspective. Because the minute you associate yourself with the person you are, that personality you have, that name that you carry, it's just a programmed, matrix programmed body. You know, they program the body with personality, with character, with name, with date of birth that affects you and also reflects your energy of your soul. It's not really you. You're huge energy. You're not this little woman, you know, not like that. The minute you start thinking of yourself like I'm a big energy, and oh, things happening, like I feel sometimes when I don't like the situation, I say to myself, oh, this is happening to Oksana now. But Oksana is just like a, you know, just like a cartoon character in the movie called Life, created by those beings. You know what I mean? So, and if you look at it from that perspective, they cannot get you involved into their emotional game of like being frustrated, angry, you know, or being dissatisfied with reality you live every day and the routine you have every day, the same thing you do over and over, you know what I mean? Everybody's tired of it. But the thing is, we're getting out of it now. This is the last year when we're gonna see huge changes all around the world, and also a lot of people are gonna be gone, but those people are not people. They just look like people, but they're robotic inside. They have just devices inside, like I see metal, and I see they're connected through the cord system to either other people or to the moon, to some other planets where they have containers filled with souls or energy of the souls that they collect, and they keep them going, but now they're gonna cease to exist. They're gonna stop working because we're waking up in big numbers and we are pushing this reality to flip because we're tired of it. And that being tired and frustrated is actually good, because on one hand you're living this lifetime, on the other hands, you know, this feeling of tired and frustrated made you wake up and start questioning, what is wrong with this? Why am I here? I don't want to be here. I feel like it's not my home, you know what I mean? And through that, we get united in that impulse. Let's change it. Let's get it back to normal the way we like it, you know?
But so far, when I was looking, and I say this since 20 years now, I want to go home and I'm not belonging here. And I think even as a teenager, I never wanted to be here. When there was a big accident, a plane came down or a train accident, I always said, why can't I be one of the dead one and give someone else my life? Because I just had the feeling I don't belong here.
Because you don't. And I don't feel like I belong here. And I'm telling you, 99.9% of people feel like they don't belong here.
But can I change this now, at least as I'm here and I can't change this for the moment? Can I at least step into my greatness and in my power and in my things to shine now?
But that's the point, I'm telling you. You should stop, you should forget about the way you felt before the session. Think about a book, imagine in your head. Your life before the session, all the feelings and emotions stopped after you did the cleansing in the session. So right now you're a different person. View yourself as a different person. Forget what was before. That was before. Now is a different now. And now slowly but surely you're going to transform it with your mental activity, analyzing, putting yourself in the right path, giving yourself the right distraction, thoughts, emotion, you know, because it takes your work also. Your soul did the work in the astral, in this other layer of the matrix that we don't see with physical eyes, but you also have to work and do and support the work that was done there in the physical. So you can't think of yourself, oh, poor me, you know, I want to give up my life and stuff, you know. You have to start changing your thinking. If you change your thinking, that's why no other entities will come back to you. Because new entities can come to you. If you continue going in the low vibrational thought pattern and emotional pattern, the other entities can find you. Because they find you, you're like antenna sticking out. And the antenna vibrates slowly, low vibration, and the entities are like, oh, we're low vibrational too. They see you right away. And they're thinking, oh, we can get energy from her. She vibrates very good energy, which is food for us. Because if you vibrate high, like when I close my eyes, I see people that I know who vibrate high. I see them as fire. No entity can come to them. They'll get burned. That's the thing.
I saw myself as a victim or poor me. I just was tired and fed up.
Right.
And fighting and
yeah,
fighting.
It's just an it's just an example, basically. I'm just saying, but the way you describe, it's almost like victim mentality in a way that, you know, I'm tired, what am I doing here? In a way, it's like the world is against me, you know what I mean? So, but you can start slowly changing it, because that's why they brought you to this point via implants, but you took implants out. They're no longer projecting this mental, like, you know, mental activity into your head. So, but you have to reprogram yourself also. It takes time. For me, some programs, some thoughts, some emotional expression of me inside took 2 years to reprogram. I'm not telling you that it's like done, you know, but it's like that thing done up there, but then you have to support it at the physical level. And you have to be analyzing yourself. Oh, bad emotion is coming. Well, I get distracted. I'll run outside. I look at the sky, the birds or whatever. I'll forget about that emotion. You know what I mean? It's kind of works like that. Yeah.
Not 2 years, please, anymore.
No, I'm just telling you it's I'm not telling you exactly 2 years, exactly 1 year. That's why I don't do this timing thing when, you know, a lot of reversologists, Italian ones, used to say, oh yeah, the transformation is going to take this many months, and then the client would like sit and wait this many months. No, transformation can happen like in 2 days, and 1 day can happen today. It can take longer. It depends on you. If you doubt that you can change yourself, you'll always be doubting. You'll never change yourself. If you say that I just accept the reality the way it is, and I'm slowly changing this and that, and I choose to live my life in a more positive way, that's you already change. And then don't forget to tell yourself I'm doing great every day, because you need encouragement. And in that encouragement, you start loving your own self, your own energy, your own soul. You start appreciating and respecting it. So you need all of this. You need to stop looking for appreciation from outside of you, because you're the only one who exists for yourself. You're the only one who knows yourself better, who can change yourself. Nobody else can do it for you. Because most people are looking for some masters, teachers, healers, outside of themselves. But the thing is, you can do it all yourself. But that's why we do sessions, because, it gives you more understanding. And then the feeling of, oh yeah, because you're supposed to feel lighter. You're supposed to feel physically that implants are gone. A lot of people tell me right in the session, oh, I don't feel that pain anymore. Like yesterday, I had a woman from Ukraine. I mean, she lives in Spain now. She's a refugee, as many Ukrainians. She says, oh yeah, right. Because we took something over here, and she says, yeah, like this bone's always hurt, and the pressure's always here. And she immediately felt like it was no longer there when we took off the implants. So, you know, but that's the way it works.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Let me turn off the recording.